There are claims tonight that there are more than 200,000 illegal refugees in the city of Toronto. Claims as well that police are inappropriately racially profiling them. That story tonight from our Pam Cito.
I'm a good abiding citizen. I was taught to do the right thing ever since growing up.
Last summer, Jared, who doesn't want to be identified, witnessed a shooting in his neighborhood. He went to police to tell them what he knew. He wound up in jail. He does not have a criminal record. He has lived in Toronto for 8 years. He went to university. He has a wife and a baby. He says police ran a status check on his name and found that he's not a citizen or permanent resident and immediately reported him to Canadian Immigration, who threatened to deport him.
So how long did you wind up being in detention, Jared?
2.5 months. 2.5 months and $7,000 later.
Jared is one of an estimated 200,000 undocumented Torontonians. They come to the city for a variety of reasons, as caregivers, as migrant workers, as students, as visitors. Their visas usually allow them to stay for a number of years, and during that time they build lives for themselves. They start families and have careers, and they don't want to leave. Well, Toronto has a sanctuary city policy, which states that immigration and citizenship information shouldn't be collected from anybody, regardless of status, unless absolutely necessary. Well, the authors of this report say the Toronto Police Service is violating that policy.
This way, this way.
No one is illegal, says Toronto police report 100 people a week to immigration officials at the CBSA, and that it amounts to racial profiling because they say those reported are largely visible minorities.
The Toronto police are acting way outside of their mandate enforcing federal immigration law. They are a municipal service. This means that the Toronto police is actively and willingly doing the dirty work of federal immigration enforcement.
No one is illegal, Toronto says police are not compelled to provide information to federal immigration officials. That officers should enact a policy of don't ask and don't tell, something the chief says would be breaking the law.
Our policy is not to give information, not to ask, but there are other agencies that make it compellable. We have to exercise the law.
Chief Saunders questions the accuracy of the report's numbers and denies racial profiling takes place.
That's not what we're trained to do. That's not within any of our procedures, regulations, or guidelines.
Saunders says he certainly hopes everyone in the city feels safe enough to come to police in a time of need, but you can be sure Jared never will again.
The thing that I saw, I would never, ever tell a cop what I saw.
No one is illegal presented this report to the Community Development Committee today, asking councillors to enforce the sanctuary city policy and to instruct Toronto police to stop compiling immigration status information. They don't hold out a lot of hope, though, that anything will change unless there's a greater political will to do so. At City Hall, I'm Pam Cito, City News.